Hello everyone. Welcome to this cmBuilder tutorial, where we will learn how to enhance your site plans by adding zones, labels, lines, and callouts. Let's start with the zones. Zones can be used to highlight specific locations like storage areas and loading zones, but also to create roads and other elements that follow the terrain. To create a zone, head over to the Annotate toolset and click on Zones. Click anywhere on the map to start sketching and create the zone outline. To learn more about the Sketch Toolkit, please watch our Sketch Tools tutorial from the playlist. The Zone Properties panel will pop up once the zone outline is completed. Click the pen tool at the top to rename your zone. You can use Timeline to define the first and last milestones the zone will be visible on your site. Select the Hide from All Milestones checkbox if you would like to keep the zone hidden by default. Zones will be projected on the terrain by default, but you can change this by switching off the Project on Terrain toggle. You can only project a certain number of parts on the terrain at once, and if you reach the limit, this option will be disabled. All zones in a scenario will occupy only a single slot from the allowed projection limit. Click the color box to select one of the system default colors, or click the plus button to pick a custom color and transparency using the sliders. If you're on a premium plan or above, you can also apply textures from the texture library for a more realistic look. Like with similar tools, you can click on Move and Rotate to relocate the zone on the map. Please note that rotation is only enabled for rotation along the Z-axis when Project on Terrain toggle is on. Use the Reorder options to control the layering order for zones or other elements. Keep in mind, this only applies to projected elements. Next, click Properties to preview the zone's area and define its type. Lastly, if you need to change the zone outline, click Edit Sketch. Click Done to confirm the zone setup. Now let's learn about lines. Lines can be used for various purposes in your site plan. You can use them to highlight areas, define property lines, create paths for animations, and other use cases. To start, click on Annotate and click on Line. Like with zones, click anywhere on the map to start a sketch and create the line outline. A new line with default settings will appear in the viewer along with relevant options in the right-hand side menu. Click the pen tool at the top to rename the line. It's good practice to identify the lines you are going to use, especially when creating vehicle paths and other animations. Use the Timeline menu to define the first and last milestone in which the line will be visible, or to disconnect the line from the timeline by checking the Hide from All Milestones box if the line is just being used as an animation path. Lines will be detached from the terrain by default, but you can use the Project on Terrain toggle to align it with the terrain. Similar to zones, all your lines in a scenario will take up only a single slot from the allowed projection limit. Define the line color here. Use the Style menu to choose between solid or dashed lines, and define the line width. Check the pixel-based width box to ensure you have consistent line width on the screen when zooming in or out. Use the Move, Rotate, Reordering options, and Edit Sketch buttons to adjust the location, projection order, and shape of the line on your site plan. Click Done to confirm the line setup. Now let's dive into labels. Labels can be used to add text labels anywhere on your site plan. Use them to identify zones, streets, gate numbers, crane models, or other elements. Select Label from the Annotate menu, and then click anywhere on your map or buildings to place the label. The label will inherit the last configurations you used, and a side menu will appear with additional settings. When it comes to visibility, labels can either be shown by milestones or by slides. If you go with milestones, you'll be able to set when the label appears and disappears based on the project timeline. On the other hand, if you choose to show the label by slides, it'll only show up during presentation mode and only on the specific slides you select. Labels will be detached from the terrain by default, but you can use the Project on Terrain toggle to align them with the terrain. In the case of labels, each individual label in the scenario will take up a projection slot. As a best practice, we suggest keeping labels detached from the terrain to save the projection slots for other tools. Click the color box to modify the text and color of the text in the background. Click on the text field to define the label text. You can use emojis to paint a picture that helps identify elements in the site plan. Adjust the text size using the vertical slider, or enter a number between 0.1 and 100 in the text size field. Click on the border color boxes to customize their appearance. Use the Move, Rotate, Snap, and Reordering options to adjust the location and projection order of the labels on your scenario. Click Done to confirm the label placement. Let's move on to callouts now. Callouts are a great way to identify elements in your simulations with a text box, or create links to external references. To make one, click on Callout and then click on any part of your site plan. Once you place it, a side panel will appear with the customization options. Similar to labels, you can choose to show the callouts only on specific presentation slides or by milestones. Click on the color selection boxes to customize the callout's text and background colors. The callout text will automatically display the element name if placed on top of resources or parts of an imported BIM model. You can also edit the text content and add a clickable link to the callout. This is helpful to create a link to other documents, drawings, camera feeds, or any extra information stored in the cloud. Furthermore, you can adjust other settings like the text font or the stroke style of the callout leader. If you want the stroke line to keep the same visual thickness while zooming, just enable the pixel-based stroke. In the Adjust tab, you'll find more settings to adjust the callout in the scene. You can manually rotate and tilt the callout, or automatically orient it according to the screen. Adjust the stem length and location, along with the horizontal and vertical position. Finally, you can move and reposition the callout on your site plan, or remove the leader completely if you just want floating text. Once you're happy with everything, click Done. One last tip before we wrap up. All annotations can be edited at any time. You can double-click them in the 3D view or in the object in the tree. Also, right-click the object and go to Edit to open the settings. To delete anything, just select it and press Delete on your keyboard, or right-click and choose Delete from Site Plan. And that's it. Now you know how to use zones, lines, labels, and callouts to bring your site plan to life in cmBuilder. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next tutorial.